Hey Sagittarius, welcome to Star Tarot. If you are returning back to my channel, I want to say thank you for revisiting. If this is the first time that you are tuning in, I do want to thank you and welcome you to Star Tarot. I do want to apologize for those of you that have been waiting for your Let's Read Your Partner reading. I've been extremely busy with personal readings. It's been wonderful, but it has set me back just a little bit here on this channel. So I apologize for that if you've been waiting. Now, I always remind you guys that time is fluid. So just know that these series of events may have already happened. This isn't necessarily just for the month of October. I'm just addressing this with you in the month of October. But these events, could flow right into the month of November. And this is always just giving you an idea of what you've been through, what you're going through, and what can go on in the future when we do these readings. And so, I just want you to keep that in mind. So the other thing is that this message will not resonate with everyone. There is no way it possibly could, because there are hundreds, sometimes even thousands of individuals tuning in, and so I'm pulling off of the energy of those that will need to get some guidance, some insight on their situation. So if you're finding that some of this does resonate, but other parts don't, or you would like some more insight or information for your particular instance, go ahead and check out the information below to book a personal reading with me. Also, if this doesn't resonate with you at all and you're seeking some insight to your personal situation, I also invite you to check the information down below and, book something with me, and we can look at what's going on in your particular situation. For your partner, for you. I do personal readings, so whatever kind of reading you would like, I definitely can be of service. All right, so I hope that you guys can hear me. I did purchase a new mic. Some other signs have said when I did particular readings, they weren't able to hear me. What you'll want to do is, if that is not the case, these are just some tips that people have said worked for them. There is a volume slider that YouTube does provide. So if you can't hear me very well, of course, make sure your device is up and use your YouTube volume adjuster. I do have my microphone on today, so you should be able to hear me, although I did have someone say that they couldn't hear me when I had my mic on. So I've been playing around with this and trying to get a equal balance of what I need to do with this mic and adjusting my volume so it doesn't have this buzzing, because I had that too. So I hope that you guys can hear me, and let's just get right into it. And when I say partner or love interest in this reading, just know you may be currently in union with this individual, or this could just be the case that this is someone you're interested in, or you may have been separated at this point in time. So just however it resonates, but let's just get right to it and let's read your partner. All right, Sagittarius. So I'm going to tell you right off the bat that there is a lot to this reading. There's definitely a lot going on with your partner. The first thing that was indicated was this person is having a tower moment. Now with the tower, this is inevitable change that can be very, destructive. And I know for a lot of people, they hate when they see the tower. They're like, oh crap, it's the tower. But the thing that you always want to keep in mind is that the change that's come about is definitely something that is beyond one's control. But the universe, God, whoever you pray to, or whoever you meditate to, whatever source you believe in, definitely keep in mind that this is something that needs to happen and does happen as a caution to rebuild. So we're looking at this from a standpoint of bringing things that are not serving the cause of the person or the situation, and in swoops fate to bring this to a close, to start again. So definitely this individual I see, just from this reading so far, is going through something that may have happened very devastating in their life. This could be loss of some kind, job, relationship, could even be a loss of, someone that was in their life that has now passed on. But immediately I do see that there is some change that has come down in destruction. Crossing this individual is the moon. So this already lets me know that this individual has a lot going on behind the scenes. Now, this is going to resonate in different ways for different individuals. For some of you, there is someone that has been keeping secrets, and these secrets have now resurfaced, and that is what has caused this tower moment. For some of you, this could be an inner conflict that this person has, or hidden desires, or something that's within this individual that causes them to be disillusioned or to project disillusions towards other people, because there is something that they don't want anyone to know about themselves, or how they feel, or what they desire. Now, the third case scenario, I don't want to spin anyone into a frenzy, but this is a real thing. And I had a reading yesterday, as a matter of fact, that this card came out, and this definitely symbolized that there was some sort of black magic involved. Someone may have been dabbling into that spiritual realm, and that definitely caused some destruction within the relationship. So, if that resonates with you, pick that up. If that does not, then simply put it down. I know sometimes people really don't want to discuss those sort of things, but those things do happen, and I do have to deliver the message despite it all. With the Ten of Wands being present, this individual at this point in time is feeling a lot of burden. Now, if this was a situation where the secrets that they were keeping have now been exposed and it caused some type of destruction, this person is now feeling the weight, the anxiety, the burden of this being fully exposed. For some of you, you already know this, because the secrets that they were holding are now exposed, and the tower moment in your relationship has now happened, and this is the burden that they now carry, the anxiety and the worry of this being exposed. For some, this is under a mental influence of feeling anxious, feeling weighed down. So again, this could be from the individuals that may be experiencing some magical influence that is keeping them feeling this way. And for others, because they simply have some mental setbacks, some mental issues. This could be depression, this could be anxiety, this could be something that they have been holding back from you, because they are certainly afraid to share this information with you, and this has caused them to carry this burden of hiding what their mental state might be. In the recent past, this individual, love interest, partner, had some really high hopes to be very ambitious in their life. Now, the Page of Coins definitely speaks of someone that could be younger and is new and fresh out into the world and wanting to accomplish all of these goals so that they can become successful. But this can also symbolize someone that isn't necessarily younger. So if this person is not younger than you, this can definitely speak about someone that has new, fresh ideas, new set of, like a new mindset towards life, goals, wanting to try something new, really get out there in the world and make a difference for themselves. And this person definitely had this on their mind. This is what they desired to do. The problem is that in the recent past, though, again, the Eight of Swords shows up. There was some mental setbacks. Okay, when we talk about the Eight of Swords, this is someone that's in fear of or feeling held back, feeling mentally trapped. And, you know, we just saw that here in the present part of the reading, but in the past, this is where it all began, or this is where, you know, there was some true acknowledgement, self-acknowledgement of this. Now, because they want to start new, but they are stuck, this causes a double-mindedness, so to speak. So if you're looking at the Page of Coins, this person is definitely free, you know, excited, running through the field, hopefully to catch up with their goals and their passions. Where on this side, the Eight of Swords is someone that is stuck, secluded, isolated within their own mental state. So what I'm getting from this so far is what is happening with your partner at this point in time with this illusions or secrets. This definitely has been something that has been a part of their past. So this isn't anything new, and it looks like to me like this is all caught up with them at this point in time, and the tower has now come down. Now, like I stated before, the tower is always going to signify needed change, and I think that this is going to allow this person to finally free themselves from the burden of carrying this illusion around with them, or these secrets or secret around with them, or even breaking the chain of some magical work that's going on. The Four of Wands indicates that this is definitely what needs to happen. This is finding happiness through freedom, feeling free to love and to, you know, accept life the way that it is, life being very kind to you, acknowledging life in a very free, loving manner. What needs to happen is that there needs to be some mental freedom so that there is happiness that this person can encounter. This person is definitely not happy at this point in their life. In the near future, what I see is with the High Priestess, eventually this individual will know that they need to do something about what is currently the situation with the being in illusions or shedding illusions out to others, or this mental entrapment or these secrets. You know, the tower moment will happen before the future events happen. So now that this has been exposed, because they did not take the proper channels to get this under control before the tower moment came down internally or externally, either way, it has caused a reset, so to speak, and now they can no longer avoid the fact that they know that something needs to change within them. Now, what they're going to acknowledge needs to change with the Six of Coins is there's going to have to be some give and take here. You know, you're going to have to give the information, give the awareness, give yourself to someone in the way of allowing someone in to know what is absolutely going on with you so that you can receive the assistance that you need. Okay, at this point in time, this individual is needing to give some information to receive some help, to receive some assistance. Now, this person may not want to receive this assistance. This person might be embarrassed or have some shame based on whatever it is that is going on with the moon. But deep down, they do realize that they need some type of assistance when it comes to this situation. I feel like this is definitely spun out of control, and now they can no longer hide behind themselves and not do anything about this. This is going to affect the way that they operate in life. We're talking about jobs, in their families, with their children, even in your relationships. So if this has been something that you know about, you definitely understand what I'm saying right now. If there has been some confusion as to what could possibly be going on with this person, maybe this person has come off to be very sneaky or in and out, or this person hasn't responded to your phone calls or your texts. You may have thought that there, was someone else or there was something else going on, but you just couldn't place your finger on it. So for some of you that are experiencing this with your love interest, this is what's been going on. There has been some behind the scenes mental entrapment that has caused them to have a lot of anxiety, a lot of burdens on their shoulder, and this could have even caused some insecurity. So what I have learned just in, what I do, because I tell you guys all the time, I do some life coaching as well. A lot of times when there is someone that knows that there is something internal, especially when it comes to depression or bipolar disorder, there's a whole bunch of, mental issues that people deal with on their own. They don't want to be around their friends, their family, their partners for a long period of time because they don't want them to pick up what is going on with them, because they feel like they're going to be cast away or they're going to be judged. And so I'm feeling that this is what's going on. Now, if there are secrets that have been exposed or eventually get exposed that have to do with infidelity, I don't see infidelity here, but I am going to mention it. You're going to want to keep in mind that sometimes infidelity, if that is the case for some of you and it resonates, sometimes infidelity isn't just plain oh, somebody wants to be a player. Sometimes there is some inner conflict with insecurity that when they are feeling some emotion, some loving emotion or some romantic feelings towards someone, they can try to displace that with having risky sexual behavior or flirtatious behaviors with others because they're trying to detach themselves from the feelings that they have for you as a partner, a love interest. They're afraid of losing you. They're afraid of messing up the relationship. They're afraid of the relationship ending, not knowing that this risky behavior could definitely do all of that. But I'm just putting this out here for someone. The Spirit says someone needs to know this. We hear about this all the time. There are people that do have sex addictions sometimes, and this happens outside of marriages, and it definitely doesn't have anything to do with someone not wanting to be with someone anymore or not, caring as much for their partner. There is some mental disconnect there, and for some individuals, they don't want to get all in with someone to avoid the getting too close to someone and then their hearts being broken, so they play the field, so to speak, so that they won't be invested in one person, so that if anything does happen with the relationship and the other person decides they don't want to be with them, it makes them feel as if, well, I was detached anyway, I had all this going on, so I don't feel that as much. It doesn't hurt. And as sick and twisted as it does sound, these are real issues here. I'm not condoning the behavior. I'm just saying that just be aware that when there is a lot of mental health issues, the way that individuals think do not always make sense to us. It's irrational thinking, and this person is definitely going through some irrational thinking. Now, this is not for everyone. The infidelity might not be the case. It might just be being under the spell of some magical force, or just, having their own insecurities or depressions or anxieties that they don't want you to know about. Now, how they feel about you, Sag, is that they definitely understand that you have been, hanging around for quite a long time with them. They do acknowledge that. They see that despite it all, despite the things that you can't explain, or they can't explain rather, maybe the excuses or the in and out behavior or just the awkward behavior, they do acknowledge that you've hung around this long and have stayed, with them. Or even in separation, they understand that a part of you still, desires them, still hangs in there for them. Or maybe in separation, you always seem to be someone that they can still call on when they're feeling emotional, or when they have a moment of truth. Sometimes people won't tell you exactly what's going on, and then they'll back away, or you'll separate because you can't deal with that anymore, and they'll call you and they'll let you in on something that's going on at that moment, some external situation that's not working out, instead of telling you what the internal situation is. But they do realize that you are hanging around and have been hanging around for a long period of time. Now, what they're also considering as well is that you might be starting to look at them from a different angle. And with the Hermit card being right alongside of that, they do also understand that you might be hanging around, possibly looking at this from a different perspective. You're also questioning yourself, going within, with the Hermit being present, questioning yourself, what is really going on here and why am I still here? And they do acknowledge that. Now, what their fear is that with the Page of Cups, they're fearing that what they are offering or have offered during this time is simply not enough. They see that, with the Page of Cups, this is definitely you kind of presenting something to someone, like love news, like, maybe saying I love you. But that's definitely not the Queen of Cups. This is definitely just saying the words I love you, or I'm there for you. But what came alongside of that was the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups, like I just mentioned, is someone that is going to pour their love all over you. They're going to let you know how much they love and care about you. They're going to be there. They're going to do things for you. They're going to show it in so many ways that's undeniable. So what their fear is that in comparison, they don't have much to offer you as the Page of Cups, where you definitely have a lot more to offer them and have offered more to them, maybe even at this point in time. So they are fearing that what they can give you is simply not enough, especially knowing that there is some illusions that they're holding up. This anxiety, depressions, and all of these things, they're knowing that they're mentally blocked and they can't give you the Queen of Cups as well. So the good news is that in the future, in the near future, they are going to understand that they do need some form of assistance. And there is going to be an outside force with the Hierophant that definitely will show up to help them, to guide them, to get them on the right track. Now, this might be something that they seek out, and eventually they will get the help that they need. Or there could be someone that sees the need in this individual and comes about. Now, with the Hierophant, this is also a very spiritual card. So they definitely might start to seek some spiritual help, or they might start to go on a spiritual self journey to kind of break away from this. But either way, with the Hierophant, this definitely lets me know that there is going to be some help on the way. This is the outside influence, which is always good. And the reason why that needs to happen is that with the Fountain card showing up here, this symbolizes like being one with self, and, you know, really embracing yourself and understanding that you do have something to provide to the outside world, and know that, you know, you are important. You are needing to become one within yourself. And also it speaks about being so aware of not only yourself, but how you interact with other people, and just really being very self-aware. Now with the Hierophant, again, this also talks about commitment. So they might make a commitment to themselves to get the help that they need and to be consistent in that. And this could also speak of eventually getting themselves together and offering you a more solid relationship, you know, a more of a commitment. So with that being said, I know that this was a lot, and I know that, you know, looking at this definitely does cause some caution for a lot of you, as it should, because, you know, mental health and illusions and secrets are definitely not something that anyone wants to deal with. But it also has everything to do with this person and nothing to do with what you can possibly provide for them. You can be alongside of them during the way, but they need to seek some major counsel. They need to find some peace and happiness within themselves before they're able to offer that to you. So you make the decision as to what steps you want to take here. If you want to you know, pause and let this individual take care of themselves and then possibly come back together once that happens, or if you want to be side by side with them and get through all of this, you know, as long as you have the mental strength yourself and the time and energy, because that's what it's going to need to take in order to do this, by all means, if you feel like the love is there and you feel like, you know, you're going to be able to do it, then go ahead and do it. I'm not the one to be here to tell you what it is you need to do or not need to do, but definitely do what feels right for you. But don't feel guilty if you feel like this is going to be too much, because you have to guard your mental health and be able to do what you need to do. So I am going to pull some, you know, I'm going to pull some love advice cards here. All right, so new love. For some of you, this situation with this person will or has caused you to find new love elsewhere. It says a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So for some of you, that has been the case. And for some of you, there might be a new love that comes out of this because of what this person, you know, finally gets the assistance in. Make the effort. It says great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. All right. So for some of you, this is definitely make the effort. So when we talk about being there to, you know, assist this person and help them through their situation, for some of you, yeah, there's going to be some effort that you need to put in order to help this person along. Yeah, healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So this individual may be going through what they're going through because it has to do with old family issues. So, wow. Okay. This definitely shed some light on, you know, what this person may have been going through at this point in time. getting to know each other. Okay, it says, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Absolutely. These cards are talking today. You know, you have to get to know what is going on with someone or what has gone on in their past. So if there is some family issues that have happened in the past, you need to definitely know about that, because, you know, sometimes we interact with people and we don't get all of the information of what their family life was, what their upbringing was. Yeah, and so you definitely want to start to get to the bottom of that. And attraction. So you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So there definitely is some attraction with the two of you, but the issue, I think, is that you can't really play this out because there is a block here. Okay, so definitely an attraction there, and that is why you've been staying around for so long. But also what came out is heart-to-heart conversations. Again, honestly discuss your feelings with each other, right? I mean, this is what we're talking about here. Getting to know each other, having heart-to-heart conversations about these family issues, and then making the effort and possibly, you know, towards new love, because there is attraction here, you know. Or for some of you, you're just going to find new love and you're not going to have to worry about, you know, the rest of this. But I mean, look at that, side by side. Get to know each other by having, you know, these heart-to-heart conversations. What is going on? Don't just deal with people or let people lock you out of what their past is, because they might show you some illusions if they do open up. So if you want to know the answers, then you got to ask the questions. That's what Lauryn Hill said, and I just love when she said that. I always use that. I always keep that. And it rings true, you know. Either they're not going to tell you at all, or they're going to show you some illusions. So just try to pay attention and really try to, you know, continue to have these heart-to-heart conversations. Get to know your partner. See what's really going on. There definitely is a lot going on, Sag. So this is your reading. I am running a $20 special for personal readings right now. So if you are interested in getting some more insight, definitely go ahead and get that information below. I am like getting book solid, and this deal for $20 is only to the end of the month. So if you're interested, go ahead, get into my inbox so that we can go ahead and get this started for you. I do want to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys on the other side in love and light.